Joining us right now, Dr. Cynthia McKenney from Texas Tech Plant and Soil Sciences. Dr. McKenney, thanks for coming in today.
Glad to be here.
So a lot going on with Plant and Soil Sciences, including the greenhouse plant sale this weekend. I guess let's talk about that first.
Okay, well, it's the end of the semester, and so what we have is a whole lot of activities that are coming to an end. And so some of those include classes that have finished growing off crops or things that we have been doing. The greenhouse has been growing some plant material, and so this is an opportunity for us to go ahead and have a plant sale to help raise money for different activities that happen at the greenhouse. So it will be held on Friday of this week, and there'll be tomatoes and peppers for those who want to garden. There'll also be all kinds of ornamentals for either inside your home in the way of houseplants, or there'll also be some good-looking annuals and perennials to put out in your yard.
Those always add a lot of, depending on which plants you buy, you can always add a lot of color to your yard with the perennials.
Yes, you really can, and it's nice to have those come back every year. This year, with all the rainfall that we've had, so many of our perennials are looking so great that it really makes you want to go out and do that again. And we do pay a lot of attention to what goes on in our environment around us, and so many of the plant materials we'll have will be water conserving. So you can use your landscape plant materials in a water-wise fashion and make sure that we're not using too much water up while we keep our homes looking beautiful.
What are some of the average prices for somebody that would be coming and, say, buying some of the perennials or the tomatoes you mentioned?
Oh, they'll probably run somewhere around $4, and they can go up fairly large depending on if you have a really large house plant or something that's 6 or 8 feet tall. So it depends on what you're purchasing. There's a lot of price differences in there, but they are kept to a reasonable, usual retail type price for the most part. And like I said, that we use those fundings then to do improvements on the greenhouse, like put in new lighting or different types of irrigation in the garden, those types of things.
Say, Laura, you need to get one of those giant, 6, 8 foot plants when you go out there.
Well, I'd probably kill it, but I could try.
You really need the right window.
Right, yeah. I'll bet so.
You really do. So some of the other things that will be for sale, we have our floral design class that's also terminating. It's, because this is the end of the semester, so this is like a big celebration. And so they're going to do their final designs, which are very specific. They're going to try and demonstrate all of the techniques that they've learned in their floral design class. And so they'll be making very different types of designs, and those will also be included in the sale. So you'll be able to see some very nice plant materials as well as those really nice designs. And the designs, they'll be very reasonable for the amount of plant materials that you get.
Yeah. So like if some husbands or boyfriends are in trouble, that would be a good place for them to go and buy a nice floral arrangement and try to make amends.
That's exactly, or anniversaries or birthdays,
Right.
Or you can even stretch a really early Mother's Day.
See, there you go. Yeah, that would work too.
Yeah.
Then she can enjoy it all week.
There you go.
The week of Mother's Day.
So they'll be very unique because they've been really practicing on all different types of designs. So that will be nice. So that gives it quite a bit of diversity at the sale.
Yeah, and I love unusual looking floral arrangements. So I bet there's some of those.
There will be, and they'll be it's a nice assortment. We've done this every year for quite some time, and so we just have moved it into the same time as the plant sale, and the plant sale is just right for when you need to go outside and get things started.
Yeah, absolutely.
So basically, a lot of people on Friday are going to need to show up there early.
Well, you don't want to come before 7:30 because we will not allow people in the greenhouse until 7:30 because we still have to set it up. Mm-hmm. And so it will open up at 7:30, and then the later in the day you come, the fewer things will be there. And so somewhere around 3 or 4 we'll probably be closing it down then. So you can come by on your lunch hour. You can come by on your way to work for those that want to just swing by. And if you're not familiar with the University Greenhouse, it's located across the street from the Spirit Arena on the corner there on Indiana. So if you enter the campus from Indiana or you go by the Spirit Arena, it's the first glass building there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get to 19th in Indiana, you stay on Indiana, veering right towards the arena, and you're going north. Don't get on Texas Tech Parkway. You want to just go north on Indiana. and you'll get to the north parking lot of the USA. You'll take a right, and then it's the first street on the left where you see the greenhouse.
Right. Pretty much, if you see the arena, you'll be able to see the big windbreak around the greenhouse, and that'll help you guide your way.
Yeah. Okay.
And if I remember right, there's also, and I don't know if it's directly related to y'all, but wasn't one of the buildings by the greenhouse being renovated right now or expanded, if I remember right?
Well, I think you might be referring to the building that we're housed in the Department of Plant and Soil Science, and they're building a wing on our building. It's the Bear Crop Science Wing.
That's right.
And it's going to be a really nice addition to our program. It's going to house quite a few more offices for us. We have faculty in 5 different buildings. And so this is going to give us the opportunity to move quite a few of those faculty into being in the same building, because it's really hard to be cohesive when you're scattered all around the campus. We're also getting some new teaching facilities as well as some laboratory facilities. And so it'll be a really nice new face for the department.
Dr. Cynthia McKenney with Texas Tech Plant and Soil Sciences. Thanks for joining us today here on Lubbock's First News. And just a recap for everybody right quick, the floral design competition sale and then the greenhouse plant sale.
Exactly.
So that's coming up this Friday from 7:30 to about 3 or 4 o'clock at the greenhouse on the Tech campus.
Checks, cash, credit cards?
Checks or cash, probably not credit cards.
Okay, all right.
But yes, we'll take checks and cash, and look forward to having everybody come out and support our program.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you, Dr. McKinney.
Thank you.